Hey guys, so I wanted to show you guys something real quick. What we're looking at here are two pieces of ginger. And are you guys able to tell the difference between these two pieces of ginger just by looking at them? Well, yeah, this piece of ginger here is significantly larger than this piece here, right? As you can see, right? Okay, and beside that difference, you can also see that the color, both colors are different. The other piece of ginger is darker on the outside. You see that? Okay. Also, let me zoom in a little bit here. Can you guys see what that says there? That one says organic ginger. That's from Peru. And if you look at the bottom there, there's a number on that sticker there. It begins with a 9. And according to I don't know who, if the number on the sticker begins with a 9, I'm assuming this is what they say. I don't know that it is some sort of an organic product, right? That's what they say. You know, when it comes to these things, I just don't know with these so-called organic stickers, but that's what they say. The number begins with a 9. It's supposed to be organic, right? All right. So that is the clear visual difference between these two pieces of ginger. Now I'm going to tell you the other difference between these two pieces of ginger. When you walk into your local supermarket, this is what you're going to find on your supermarket shelves. This right here. In any local supermarket, this is when you walk into the fresh produce aisle, this is what you see everywhere in any supermarket, right? You rarely will you find this. Now, you will be able to find this. I'm going to tell you guys where you can find this in a minute. But the difference between these two pieces of ginger is this here is the genetically modification version of this. Yes, this is the genetically modified version of this one here. Now, some of y'all know that I was born and raised in the Caribbean. Okay, I was raised on my family's plantation back home, and when it comes to most plant foods, especially the ones that I was born and raised with, there's not much you can fool me with when it comes to plant food. I'm very familiar with plant foods. I mean, I can walk into a supermarket, into the fresh produce aisle, and I can just look at oranges and tell the difference between a seeded orange and a seedless orange. I'm able to do that just by looking at them, okay? Because I know my fruits, and I know my plants, I know my vegetables, especially when it comes to Caribbean fruits and vegetables. The ones here, maybe not so much, because I'm not familiar with those. But when it comes to stuff like this, ginger, citrus, any type of Caribbean, plant foods, there's really not much you can fool me with when it comes to these things, because I can just take a look at them and I can tell the difference. So that is the difference between these two pieces of ginger. This one here is the genetically modified version of this, okay? And in order for you to get any type of a plant food from a warm climate to grow in a colder climate or a cooler climate, you're going to have to do some type of genetically modification to it in order to get it to grow in a cooler climate, especially things that was created for warm climate. And so ginger was not made to grow in colder climate. This is a warm climate herb right here. Okay, so they had to genetically modify this in order to get it to grow in different atmosphere, in different climate. All right, so that's the difference. Now, the other difference between these two pieces of ginger is the fact that, this one contains more liquid. This one, they both have liquid, but this one have less liquid in there, a little bit less. And also, this one here is hotter, because ginger is supposed to be hot, okay? This one is way, way hotter than this one. When I use my ginger, this here, I only need a little piece of this to get some really good flavor. This one, if I happen to use this one, I have to use a whole lot of this one here in order to get some flavor from it, you know. Um, so that is also the difference between the two, is that this here is way hotter than this, and ginger is supposed to be hot, okay? And the texture is different as well. This one has a different texture than this. And also, this one is slightly whiter on the inside than this. This one has a more yellow color on the inside. And this one, let me see if I could turn it over. You might not be able to see the difference on camera, but the color is slightly different. All right. So yeah. Now I can tell you, as I said, this is the more popular ginger. This is what you will see in most of your local supermarket. But if you go to Trader Joe's, if you have a Whole Food in your neighborhood, if you have a grocery store called Aldi, Wegman, several so-called Whole Foods, or places like Trader Joe's and stuff like that, you will find this there. But you will find that you will also be paying a little bit more for it. Okay, unfortunately, you will be paying a little bit more for this one there. Now, where I live, there are quite a lot of farms where I live, and a lot of those farms have grocery store in front of them, and so that grows their own. They usually sell the products that they grow on their farms, and so I'm able to go there and get this ginger here. And even if they don't grow it on that farm, they are able to get it from other farms that grow this ginger here. I actually got this ginger from a local herbal store here where I live. So if you have a local herbal store in your area, you might be able to get this there. The real ginger. Because let me tell you guys something. When I was growing up, we grew a lot of ginger on our property, and this is what our ginger looked like. This right here. I've never seen anything like this on our property when we never grew anything like this. Our ginger never looked like this. Our ginger looked like this. This is what I'm used to. This is what I grew up with. This is what we used to grow on our plantation back home in the Caribbean. This is what our ginger looked like. Never grew anything that looks like this. Okay, so sadly. Now, if you're not familiar with plant food, unfortunately, you won't be able to tell the difference. And my suspicion is the powdered ginger that you guys have been consuming comes from this. Okay, because it's cheaper, probably. I'm not sure. But yeah. Now, I just never understand why this is like the powdered culture. It's like people walk into the store and they would walk right past some fresh herbs. Maybe not that, because I bought this so I can show you guys what this is. But people walk into the store and they walk past stuff like these, and they go straight to the powdered aisle. We're living in the powdered generation. Like, if you have access to fresh herbs and fresh vegetable and fresh fruit, why am I walking past some fresh onion and going to buy some onion powder? Why am I walking past some fresh garlic and going to buy some garlic powder? Why am I walking past some fresh ginger root and going to buy some powdered ginger? Well, my suspicion is that most people don't know how to use fresh herbs and stuff like that. They just don't know how to use it. So they do the next best thing, which is just going for the powder, because it's easier to use some powder, right? You just put the spoon in there and toss it in your food, and that's it, right? But you just don't know how to use these things. Listen, we're living in the age of technology, information. There are so many videos on YouTube showing people how to use fresh herbs. I mean, there's just no reason for you not to know how to use fresh ginger. If that is your reason, for not using fresh ginger is because you don't know how to use it. There's too many information out there. Listen, I'm not telling you guys what to use or what not to use. Do you, if you prefer powdered everything, then go ahead, do your thing, but I'm just not into this powdery generation. It's not how I was raised. I'm just not used to it. If I have the option between using powder and fresh, herbs, then I'm gonna use my fresh herbs, and that's just what it is. It's just I just can't do this, powder that. Everything is just powder. But anyway, so yeah, that is the difference between your two ginger in front of me here. Genetically modified version. Yeah, that's what that is. So if you ever get a chance to go to Trader Joe's or Whole Foods, or if you have a local farm in your area, you'll find these things. This one here, this one there. You'll find this there. All right. Check with your local so-called whole food, and you'll find this one there. All right. Talk to you guys later. Shalom.